Hello, welcome to the Word Cafe podcast. This podcast has been designed with curated content that centers on the power of words. Can we really do anything without speaking? Can we really do anything without the agency of words? Yes, that is what this podcast is all about. And I am your host, Ogbidi, your neighborhood word trader. I believe in the power of words, for it is the unit of creation. I trade in words to profit my world. Okay. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're joining us from. This is the Life Word Cafe show. We've been celebrating our mothers, sisters, our wives throughout this month of March. We started sometime last week and we've been going on and on and on, bringing different people on the show, to talk about their experiences. And today I have two wonderful women, sisters, mothers with me in the studio. Yes, blessed am I amongst women. You are going to say, it's not my fault. Before we go in, before I call them to introduce themselves, or I just say one or two things about them, there's this song late in the 70s. I wasn't born then, don't worry, but I came to hear that song. I think it was done by Sam Cooke. He said, it's a man's world. It's a man's world, but it will be nothing without a woman. You will agree with me. I say the women make the world go round. Yes, I have in the studio with me this evening, Ifeoma Omoniyi. I wanted to call the other name, but I had to come back. She knows what I'm talking about. And I have Rachael Ogbidi here with me too. These are two wonderful women. I've been with them for over 15 years. Yes. We grew up together in the same neighborhood. We shared the same space. So I have that privilege of bringing them on today. As we usually do on the show, I don't introduce people. I let them introduce themselves. So I'm going to start with the Ray of Hope. She calls herself the Ray of Hope. Listen, her name is Rachael Ogbidi. Don't mind her. She's with me in the studio today. Rachael, you're welcome. Let's hear from you.
Thank you, Amakri, for having me in your show. I feel honored to be here.
Pleasure is mine.
Sharing the stage with another woman, a phenomenal woman, Ifeoma Omoniyi. I am most privileged. My name is Rachael Ogbidi, and I love to be addressed as the professional stay-at-home mom.
We'll come to know why she calls herself that very soon, guys. Go on.
I am also Ray of Hope. Part of what I do is that I write. And like I always say, I write for the soul. That is how my writings go. And I'll be sharing some of that with us in the show. Just stay tuned. I'm sure we're going to have a good ride together.
You can see the way she's just flowing. She writes for the soul. She writes for the soul. That is Rachael for you. She has always been like that, guys. She has always been like that, Rachael, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Let's hear from you.
Okay. I am Ifeoma Omoniyi. As you can see, I'm a true Nigerian. I'm sure you're wondering where Omoniyi is coming from. So I'm a wife, a mother of wonderful children. I'm an excellent home organizer and manager. I'm a global influencer of young women.
Wow.
I do not take this platform for granted. I want to appreciate Amakri, and I also want to appreciate the other phenomenal women that have spoken. On Monday we had Tomra. Tuesday we had Riye, if I'm correct. Riye.
Yes.
And then yesterday we had DK Chukwumerije. He added some color, even though he wasn't a woman, but he spoke about the power of women in his life.
He was born by a woman.
So I'm sure we're going to have an interesting evening together. Thank you.
Sure, we will. Guys, I told you that these women are soft-spoken. Don't mind the demeanor you're seeing. They have strength behind that softness. I must tell you, they have strength. So, they are phenomenal. Why did I bring them to the show tonight, or this evening, you mean? You're wondering. We're going to be talking about fortifying the home front, home engineering. Growing up, I had a mom who was practically 247, if you're not, they call them full-time housewife. And I didn't like that, honestly, because my mom was doing so much, but it felt like one degrading thing. But honestly, today, these two women on the show, I don't call them that. They are at home engineering things. That's the way I put it. They are home engineers. Rachael called herself the professional stay-at-home mom. And then I want her to tell us why she chose that term, professional stay-at-home mom.
Okay, it's my pleasure to share this story wherever I go to and wherever I have the opportunity to. Like you said about your mom, there's just that degrading, what's the word to use? It's a degrading term and an approach people have towards
like a stigma.
Women. Yes, women who choose or for whatever reason are stay-at-home moms. Mm-hmm. So and because I didn't plan to be a stay-at-home mom, it's made it even worse for me. So I went through all the drama, emotional stress, trying to fit into societal standard for a young woman, because I was a career woman before I got married. So becoming a married woman and eventually turning to be a stay-at-home mom, an unplanned stay-at-home mom, it affected me terribly. So 5 years into stay-at-home motherhood, and I wasn't making a headway with my life at all levels. I came to terms with my reality, and I had a discussion with myself. Now, my major problem was the fact that I wasn't going out in the morning like I used to, the dress up, and so because my reality at this time is stay-at-home motherhood. No matter how hard I tried to run away from it, my face was stay-at-home motherhood. I needed to embrace it, and for me to embrace it, I needed to name it what will be empowering for me. And so I thought about it. What is my desire? Is to have a profession. I really love going out in the mornings. I really love to have, targets. I want to pursue things, not just things in the home front. So, but since my present situation was giving me only things in the home front, I had to rename it. And, I needed to see my phase of stay-at-home motherhood as a career, as a profession, as something that is worth my every time, my every degree, my every certification, my everything that I had become. It was worth it. So I called myself a professional stay-at-home mom, as it is my profession at this season and phase of my life.
She had to give it a name.
Yeah.
She gave it a name, exactly. It's like God looking into creation. The earth was without form and void. God had to call something forth. Ifeoma, what do you have to say? What do you have to say with that, in line with that?
Okay. That point, she said she had to give it a name. So there is power in speaking.
Yeah.
Speaking out who you believe you are, and speaking out who God has called you to be. There is power in spoken words. So if we speak negatively, then that negativity comes. If we speak positively, then the positivity comes. So watching what we call ourselves or what we name ourselves, very, very, very critical.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, Ifeoma, can you tell me what it's like, staying at home and putting things together, as in trim and proper? What is it like? Because a lot of us think it's one easy thing like that, like a snap of it, and then you just snap your finger and like yada yada yada, it happens. What is it like?
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hello, nerds. Come listen to the History Nerds United podcast, and let's make history fun again. We interview today's best authors, whether they are established Pulitzer Prize winners or someone debuting their first book. Let us show you that history is not a boring class you took in high school, but a place where the best stories come from. And we don't just cover history. We also love to chat about true crime, biographies, memoirs, and so much more. So head on over to History Nerds United and let us introduce you to your new favorite book and learn the story behind the story.
History Nerds United.
Okay. It's like you got me there, because it's like you know what happens at home.
Don't worry, I know. Somehow, if you know what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
So I have that gift of organizing. I don't like seeing places in disarray, and things like that. I like them being in their proper space and the place looking organized. So that thing that seems to be seamless to me, a lot of people have come and wondered, how are you doing it? Interestingly, I don't have a sleeping helper, so it's a lot of work. And I would like to say that COVID-19 last year, it made me smile. Why? A lot of people that were not used to staying at home were almost suffocating. Some people were almost running, as in they were almost out of their mind. But for people like us, like Rachael has said, we are professional stay-at-home moms. So COVID-19 didn't really mean much to us like that, because that's our normal routine.
It's like saying welcome to my neighborhood, welcome to my crib.
Yes. Welcome to our world. And I think COVID-19 was another platform for people to see what kind of work we were doing at home, because some people were like, so you mean this is what you people do from morning till night? Children were not going to school, everybody had to be at home. Husband did not go to work, so you must sit at home.
Now I'm going to call.
Boring. A lot of people were boring. You were bored at home.
I'm going to call Mr. Omoniyi and I'm going to tell him to write a special check. You understand? I'll call him and tell him, Ross, you must write that check. You just have to write that check. Because you know what? Men are not used to staying at home. We're not designed that way. We're not wired that way. We go out to fend for, the family too and all that. And we think that aspect is pretty difficult compared to staying at home and taking care of things. But the truth is, you need more energy to be still than to be active.
You can say that again. Both mental energy. You need all types of spiritual energy, because you'll be irritated at everything. You don't have adult mind to relate with. You're relating with children whom you need to explain things over.
1,000 questions.
You can say that again. Why this show was ongoing now? Somebody has come here. I want this. I want that.
I can imagine.
Imagine having to. That was part of my frustration. Come on. I used to interact with adults. What is this? Staying with toddlers all day. But it takes a lot. I can tell you that out of experience. It takes. Now I understand what it means to wait for something. When the Bible says, be still. God was saying, be still, because he had to say it, because it takes a lot of discipline to be still. And now, for us that now wants to be productive while at home.
Yeah.
Okay, let me not go into that so I don't preempt myself. But
Please don't. We'll get there.
We'll get there. So, end of story. It takes a lot of discipline to be still. Like you said, it's easier to dissipate energy doing things, being carried away by activities. But that's why people in organizations that do the thinking and strategizing earn more than people who carry out the physical activities. It takes a lot.
Can say that again. Now, being still, like I said, it takes more energy to be still than just be everywhere doing all that. Rachael, can you tell me or tell us for 2020, COVID hitting us, was it a blessing in disguise or was it a curse looking at us in the face?
Well, different people had different experiences. I interacted with a couple of women in the course of my work, and for some people they said COVID was a huge blessing because they had been carried away by their jobs, and rightfully so. You need to fend for your family, but by the time COVID hit and they were home, they understood that they had neglected the most important aspect of their lives, and for that reason, COVID was a blessing to them. For me, COVID was a stretcher. COVID stretched me. Stretched me really. COVID really did stretch me, and out of it came.
And the stretching brought out a lot of good things.
Oh yes. Out of it came my book.
Wow.
That season, wow. I used it. Yeah. It was a stretch.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful to God that something good came out of it for me. I don't know how many people will say that because, like I said, our experiences are different. But really, for me, and this is it. My first baby in Prince.
The minute you mentioned your book, exactly, so I had to bring it up. And we're going to say something about, we'll dwell here a bit, about your book. What really drove you into this?
The same story I tell wherever I go to. When I got into stay-at-home motherhood, like I said, I wasn't prepared. I didn't think about it. It wasn't in my radar. So I was frustrated. And in my frustration, I called a friend of mine whom I saw did a good job at stay-at-home motherhood, even though I wasn't thinking in that direction. And when I called her, I wanted her to give me practical tips on, what to do to help me through my phase. Because to me, then I was single, so I didn't really understand what she was doing experientially. But I saw that she was able to handle it well. But her feedback to me wasn't helpful. She just told me that, babe, it's the grace of God, though. I was disappointed. It was the grace of God. Yes, but I needed her to tell me, do this X, Y, Z. So when she didn't, practical tips. And of course, I went back into my shell and I cried and I started thinking, but ordinarily, I write to ease myself. When I'm under pressure, whatever I go through, I sit down and I write and I feel better. So I just started chronicling my experiences. I didn't plan to share. I wasn't thinking of writing a book at that time. So that was what happened. And then by 2020, I had hit rock bottom. I needed to start all over again. And at this point, I needed to embrace stay-at-home motherhood and make the best out of it. So one of the things that I wanted to do was to really help young women. Now, I wasn't really focused on stay-at-home moms. My focus was on single ladies getting married because I didn't see it coming. And I know the difference that made in my life. So I wanted to prepare young women, single women, going into marriage, like prepare for this thing. In case it becomes your experience, you can have a better, you can have a softer landing than I did. They said to be forewarned is to be forearmed. Prepare yourself. If it doesn't happen, fine and good. But if it does, you shouldn't lose yourself, because I did. I lost my self-esteem. I lost everything. I lost finances. I lost finances. I lost everything. And being the fact that I had to change location, of course, I lost everything. So I was just trying to help as many as, would cross my path, especially single ladies. It's a simple material that gives you tips, practical steps. If you do them as a single lady, if for whatever reason you find yourself as a stay-at-home mom, you'll be fine. At least up to 70 to 80%.
Awesome. Someone just dropped a comment now. Oh, they know what to watch for. She's hailing you guys, as in the ladies in the house. Thank you. Please let your comments come in. Just roll in. We have the live show here, so we can, share them and talk along. Thank you. Now, Ifeoma, from what Rachael just presented, now I know you have something, should I say somewhere cooking. You get me? Tell us. Tell us what you're cooking. If I can use that word.
Okay. Well, my experience is different from Rachael's experience.
You know what? Hold on. Before you go on, you just said something that came to me earlier. Today. When I was going to the office. No two experiences are the same, but
not at all.
Times, if you look at the underlying principle, they are all the same. But no two experiences are the same. Yeah. So go ahead.
So my experience is different from Rachael's in the sense that I have never had any paying job. From the university, I thought I was going to work, but I had a paradigm shift of starting a business, being an entrepreneur. So I got married, and even my husband was like, "Are you sure you don't want to work? I can get you a job." I told him no, that I will look for something around the house, I will start my business and I'll be doing it from home. So along the way, I'm sure some people might wonder, so has it been so sweet and whatever? No, not at all. At the early stage of my marriage, as in earlier than now, there was a day after my husband spoke to me, I said, my father sent me to school. I went to school. It's not as if I don't have my certificates. I was like, in my mind, I said, it's like I will go and look for this job, because I felt I wasn't getting enough encouragement as I expected. This staying at home, most times we've listened to a lot of videos that is a job that is not paid for. We are always on duty. Recently, I told my children that I'm traveling. They screamed, "Where are you going to?" I said, I'm going on holiday. They said, who will take care of us? Who will do this?
Exactly.
I said, your daddy will take care. They said he cannot do it.
Imagine. The children are protesting that daddy cannot take care of us.
They thought I was serious, so they started begging me. I said, you will come back from school one day and you won't see me. They said, please, no, this, that, so sometimes it could be very exhausting. You feel that, can I take a break, But one thing that has kept me going is actually God. When I say God now, not grace of God like Sister Rachael has said. There's a level you go in God that He gives you an assignment that is just beyond you. He gives you an assignment that is beyond your personal comfort, is beyond your aspirations, is beyond your desires. He tells you that you are keeping posterity, you are preserving posterity, and most times God uses the mundane things. He uses things that people look down on to bring about greatness. So one thing that has helped me is my identity. Who am I? Today, a lot of women are going through identity crisis. So many of us are trying to fit into what our cultural backgrounds are saying, what the environment is saying. I cannot do that. I cannot do this.
Societal expectations.
That's it. So you see that pressure from different fronts, different avenues, and things like that. But one thing that I believe will help us stay at home moms, I'm encouraging every one of you, is that you are building the future. You are building next generation. We need it.
Not to cut you, but I have some comments here. Some of your partners in crime, in quotes, they are hailing you guys. Let me read it out. Patience say much love from here. Fellow stay at home mom. Then you have Buhari. Say Ifeoma, so glad to listen to you here.
Yay!
So you guys are forming an association now, stay at home mom association. Yes, quickly, Rachael, somebody is asking, please, how do I get the book?
Well, it's on Amazon, it's on Okada Books, but I also have print. Depends on what you want. Print is here in Lagos and in Port Harcourt. I have available in Lagos and Port Harcourt.
Okay, we're going to do it like this. Rachael, after the show, she will go on my Facebook page to put up all the necessary details concerning her book, where to get the book, at home, in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, everywhere. This is where you can get the book, Okada Books. Is it on Amazon now?
Yes, it's always been on Amazon. I said
all right then.
Amazon and Okada.
All right then. Okay, fine. So we can get the book on Okada Books, Amazon, then you can call and all that. Whoa, I think Rachael.
Sorry, there's something I want to say before.
Go on.
Before. Okay. This has been my. In fact, before we came on the show, I started thinking, like, I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
And what I want to do is to help women. To find themselves in the place where God will have them be, because that's where you're going to prosper. If you like, gather all your certificates and be in a paid employment or be in your own business, whatever you're doing. If it's not where God will have you be at that time, you're just going to waste your resources. That was what happened to me. If I had known, I would have accepted stay-at-home motherhood much earlier, and I would have had peace. Because in 2018, God showed me clearly, on my birthday, that
Rachael,
this was what.
Rachael, hold on. Embracing your reality. That is what you just said now. The truth.
Yes.
If I had embraced it early enough, I think I would have made so much progress. But that notwithstanding, I have embraced it. You hold that thought, you continue with it. I remember when we were in school, I used to listen to Katri Coleman. She always begins her messages, like, I am standing in I am the will of God, standing where I am. The minute you know God's will for you and you are standing in it, the world can just go to anywhere. You're not moving. Go on, Rachael.
Okay, so that experience, my birthday 2018. Was it 2018? 2018 or 2017? I can't remember now. One of them. I think it was 2017.
Okay.
Yes, 2017. I just had my second baby. And I was pained. Like, another baby keeping me at home. I was in so much pain. And the typical way God shows me, talks to me, one of the ways is dreams. So I had a dream, and from that dream, I saw that I was struggling with my past. I wanted to go back to my past, a beauty therapist, a spa manager. I was dragging, and God kept showing me motherhood.
That's not for
motherhood. And I was struggling in that dream and woke up. And I told God, as I woke, I said, please, I don't want it. That was the first thing I said. I know what he was saying. Because I really didn't want it. And now you're telling me this, you really want me to stay here? And you will not believe that I struggled with that till 2020. It was when I sat down and assessed my reality, like, who am I going to please? Trying to fit into societal expectation of me is not helping my destiny. At the end of the day, I'm the one at loss. I'm not making progress in my life. So I sat down and I decided to embrace the at-home motherhood. And I've had peace. Now, let me tell you something. The interesting part is that when I embraced it, it gave me the opportunity to start developing myself at home. From home, I have done a lot of research. I've attended programs, courses. I've paid for some. I've had some for free. I have developed myself. Right now, I have things I do from home. Things that I would love to do ordinarily. Those are the things I now do, and I'm doing them from home. So fulfilling God's purpose has given me.
Now, you have this ease.
You can say that again. You can say that again. You can say that again. So my heart now beats for people finding their purpose. We all cannot be at home. Some people have to go to work. Some people have to be in places. But if for any reason you find out that your place is in the home, please. I don't know how to put it. There are people like I and Ifeoma. We are here to encourage you to take that step to be where God will have you be.
Amazing. It's like, when you go back to scriptures, somewhere in Jeremiah, when he talked about, I know the thoughts I think towards you. Imagine God telling you, you think you know yourself, you don't know yourself. I know the thoughts I think towards you. And the ultimate, as in the end of these thoughts, they are good. You don't know it, but I know it. So why not just embrace what I'm giving you? Hey, but it doesn't look pleasant. Relax. The gold always comes finer when it goes through the fire. So why not just allow me do you, so to say.
Yeah.
Allow me just do you. Let me redo you. Make you up again. Ifeoma, you've been nodding your head. You want to say something? Go ahead, please. I need to hear that. Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to say that sometimes women think that when we are talking about nation building, that it doesn't have anything to do with them. They are not interested in politics. They are not interested in what's going on in the country per se. But I want you all to know that the family is the bedrock of every nation. What we are seeing in our nation today is a reflection of what is going on in our homes. These people, all of us are in different spheres of life, and we all came from homes. So one thing we should always remember is that the home, the family, is the first institution that God enacted. Well, you find out that we neglect it, but that's where lives are built. That's where values are inculcated. That's the crucible of bringing out the
Ifeoma, you go school. Ifeoma, you go school. No. Hey guys, listen. She's not just a stay-at-home mom. She's a graduate of anatomy. Yes. Look at the way she's using the word. Come on. Go on.
In fact, there was a day my husband said, "This your anatomy you read. What are you going to use it to do?" I told him, I said, anatomy has to do with systems. Yes, we are putting structure and systems, which we need to. Children need it to grow. So it's not out of place.
Rachael before now was a beautician. She was into
beauty therapist.
A beauty therapist, so she knows how to, close those contours and and all those things. So God is telling her now, say, hey, my daughter, leave that thing. I want to use that skill now for you to fashion people, my children. They will come to you. They will come in their numbers. So you will use those skills, build them up. Oh, we can go on and on and on and on and on and on. Honestly, we have more comments. Oh, I need to read them out now. There's one Omoniyi is here. Well done, sis. She's hailing you. You should know her.
That's my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law.
Oh my, well done. BC, thank you. Then we have another comment here from show me.
She's my prayer partner.
Oh my, awesome. You can see he's in movement already. Oh
yeah.
He's in movement already. So guys, don't give up on yourself. These are real testimonies. I can just keep them here forever, but they are professional stay-at-home moms. They need to attend to the home front now. But before I let them go, Rachael, last word from you.
Oh, my last word will be that find purpose. And when you find it, be bold about it. And be bold about your purpose. And don't think that it will come cheap. By cheap, I mean there won't be obstacles. I have faced obstacles, embracing the new me. I'm still growing in the new me. So there are obstacles along the way. But believe when I say that I am enjoying it. I am really enjoying it.
You don't want this phase to end. Let it just continue.
Like I said, now. If I had known, I would have embraced it earlier.
Now you know, so keep embracing it. Thank you.
Oh, sure.
Any last words from you?
Okay, I will just say that women should get their identity from who God calls them. Don't fit into that structure that our environment or the world puts us in. There are so many things that we can do and we are doing and we'll still continue to do. And I just want to encourage stay-at-home moms that it's a season of your life. Your ideas, business strategies that you still feel that until you finish with the children, you can't do. Start working on them from home.
Yeah.
COVID-19 has really done a lot of things for us. Now, I don't have to travel to where Amakri is to have this program. I'm right at the comfort of my house, connecting with people from different parts of the country and even other parts of the world. So COVID-19 came to also bring some good things that we can leverage on our stay-at-home moms. Like Rachael said, she has started doing things to improve on herself. So I want to encourage stay-at-home moms that even if nobody feels you are doing anything, I want you to know that God sees you, He's a rewarder. And I can tell you that generations that will come after you will call you blessed as you make your impact now.
Awesome. One last comment from Oladoyin. She's saying, thank you, Rachael. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you. All right, guys. This is the Word Cafe live show with Amakri Isuboye, your neighborhood word trader. I believe in the power of words, for it is the unit of creation. Going forward, we have more to do on the show to celebrate women this season. Don't worry. What's going to happen tomorrow? Don't worry. I'll just tune in. You'll hear from me. Rachael, Ify, thank you so much. And please,
thank you for having
I know
me.
we've been having some background noise, the children running all over the place. Don't worry. It's part of the show. I am so grateful. Please, when next we call on you, don't say no. Thank you.
I won't.
Thank you for the
I have to let you go now. Bye, guys. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
awesome time it has been with you on the Word Cafe podcast today. Thank you for being there. You can catch me up on my social media handles, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all at Amakri Isoboye. Also, you can get copies of my books, A Cocktail of Words, The Color of Words, and my HRO notebook on Amazon and on Roving Heights online bookstores. You can also subscribe to my YouTube page at the same address. Yes, till we see you again. Bye for now.